passed. So, Cyrex asks, how did you get your name Bishu? It's like nothing too crazy. I just when I was just starting to stream before Overwatch, it was like a while ago, and I was like, my name had like weird words and like random numbers in it, and it just wasn't catchy enough. So I was like, I need myself a catchy name, hopefully 2 syllables, and just like something that people will remember. So, and I really like the word like chew, chew, and so what I tried to do was like, this is like part of the reason why my grade slipped, but I was like really into this, and I would just like in class, I would just find out what kind of name I could use, like add some random letters in front of chew, behind chew, like just something related to. I just like put random things down, and I just decided to go with Bishu because it sounds pretty good. I was like, at first I wasn't sure if I should like, it should be Bischu, but I really wanted to keep it 2 syllables, so that's how I got my name. And Colonel Sheru asks, what is your favorite thing to do in your downtime? Okay, so there's like, I usually just watch anime and read a lot of mangas, but and I would like go out more, but the past like 2 months I've been a little sick, so I've been just like kind of my fun pastime would be just like lying in bed just watching shows, but I swear normally it's like more active than that. But yeah, mainly just a lot of anime. The Sage Gamer asks, what would be your one tip on what to practice to get better at Diva? I would say there are like few stages to Diva gameplay, but I'd say if you were just starting out, it's really good to just focus on only going in or only peeling. Obviously, a good Diva knows when to peel, when to go in, but at start, it's like really confusing. For a lot of new Overwatch players, it's just like, you have so many options as Diva, it's just like, people get lost. Like, they just get lost, and and a lot of times they're just like doing the least efficient thing, because it seemed okay at the moment, but in a lot of times, in hindsight, when you look back, it's like, the thing about Diva is that you can almost always make the better choice. It's just that you have like so many choices, and sometimes when you don't have that much time, you just kind of have to choose one and commit to it. So I would just practice committing on the action that you're on, like whether it's peeling or whether it's diving, just do it and finish it. And then if it doesn't work, you know why it was like a bad idea, and then you can just go fix it. A lot of Diva skill is just like a lot of trial and error. As a lot of you guys might know, my Diva wasn't exactly the best in stage 1. And I don't want to like, it was just like, for me, it was a little difficult because Asher just came and he didn't really speak English at all. So I actually had a hard time improving my own play just because like, I guess I was translating, but it's just like a lot. I just learned through a lot of trial and error. And of course, thanks to our coaches who helped me a lot with that. And Lilith 00013 asks, do you enjoy having the chance to play something other than Diva? So yeah, stage 4 Brigida is released, and I pronounced it right, I think. It's nice. It was nice. It was short-lived, but it was very nice. I played like Brigida for 2 games. I guess there's always Zarya, but to be honest, I was like, it's been Diva meta for so long that I committed a little bit too much of my time on Diva only, I think. So when Brigida first came out, it was just like everyone was just starting again, but so it was really nice to kind of be the first one to play it, because like no one exactly knew how to play it, so it was like a really good time for me to pick it up, I think. But yeah, it was just like, it was really nice. But I'm back to the Diva one-trick duty now, so there goes that. Control Beat asks, what has been your most memorable moment this season? Yeah, okay, this one, I don't even have to think about it. So when Fisher first came over, it was like 2 games after Fisher came over, we were playing against London, and this kid was like not too excited. Like, no, I don't think, I'm sure Fisher talked about it too, but for doing the London game, his face was like, he was so pressured. And I don't know, I just like, Fisher was like really stressed out, and not gonna lie, we didn't have like the greatest first impression, just because like he was like, what was it? How should I say it? he was like moved against his own will in a way. I feel like, and I think everyone knows that by now. But he was pretty distressed, and I wasn't, to be honest, I wasn't like too confident going into, but I just really wanted to show Fisher something that he has a place in LA Gladiators, and we're his teammates, and I never played that well before. like I think that was probably the best game I've played throughout Overwatch League, or at least up to that time, that was the best game that I played. And well, what can I say? Fisher was happy. And what was it? Max Michaela, Sup Vishu, in your opinion, what is the best way to use Diva Ultimate and why? Well, just looking at today, I had some like pretty good Diva ults and like really, really bad Diva ults, I think. Learning how to use Diva ults is a little bit difficult because a lot of time you don't really know that, like, you don't really know where it's landing exactly. Well, a lot of it's trial and error, and you kind of need like somebody to help you out to see like where it lands, and just like knowing all the good spots, I guess. But it's also, there are other things that you need to remember. Like just because you know these pre-bomb spots, it's like a lot of times it's not really, you can't really use it. A lot of times it's not practical. So what you can do, however, if you play Diva a lot, you kind of know how long the shift is and where it might possibly land. And so and like right now, there's not a lot of Lucios. It's back to a lot of Zen Mercy. Then they're not that mobile. So if they don't really have, if they're in like a corner, and the monkey doesn't have bubble, or like the Reinhardt's away from their supports or whatever, that's when you can really take it. Around corners and when they don't have like escape cooldowns or bubbles to protect their supports. And and there are the bombs where you're just like, this is looking juicy. I'm not sure if it's gonna hit, but this is looking juicy, so I'm gonna take it. 80% of the time, it's probably gonna kill no one, but for that 20% of the time, it's definitely worth it. Yeah. Sorry, 1 second. Laptop's off. It's like stuck.
Oh,
sorry. I have to restart. All right. No problem, guys. We're good. We're good. All right, where were we just at? Okay. Nervan Quasar asks, what is your favorite type of food and why? I would, again, not much of a choice here. It's definitely like Japanese ramen, but I've been a little sick, so Japanese ramen wasn't too good. I speaking from first-hand experience, I think it was a little too greasy, so I died of it. But if I'm fine, Japanese ramen, by far best. Amuse Tech asks, hey Bishu, what's your favorite Overwatch map and why? I would probably say Blizzard World, because we're technically undefeated. Tie doesn't count as a defeat. Undefeated, no problem. But I'm a little ashamed that I don't play it. I don't play that map anymore because I just personally really like that map. And Gretas asks, how do you bond with your team? So depends on the team, I guess. But our team has 2 gaming houses, 1 staff house and 1 player house. And I used to live in the player house with a lot of players. And it was like, after we got back, we would just like play games, and then we would just like, joke around, talk about stuff, whatever. But ever since I moved to the staff house, because like it's been getting too full, I have my own room, which is nice, but I haven't been able to interact with a lot of my teammates. So it's like a little bit less right now. But I guess bonding, we don't really do anything special. We just like kind of hang out. Nothing too special, but these days I still get to hang out with like Shaz, Goose, Hydration, so still fine, I guess. And which language do you think in? This is pretty interesting in my opinion because, sorry. Luxury 1409 asks, which language do you think in? And it's pretty interesting for me because I definitely speak English way better. But if I stay in Korea for like more than a month or 2, I start thinking in Korean. But if I live in like North America or any like English speaking country for like few months, it's like back to English. But right now it's like mainly English. I just like think of words way faster, so it just comes naturally, I think. But a lot of times at the same time, I'm not sure which language I'm thinking of, but probably English. And next question, Mex456 asks, did you ever think that you would ever see yourself playing professional Overwatch 10 years ago? Or just professional gaming in general? Well, even like more than 10 years ago. So back when I was a small Korean boy living in Seoul, um, the cable that everyone had always had like two video game channel, and I wasn't like that interested in StarCraft, but just uh, just the fact that people were out there and competing against it's just like through video games was really cool to me. I didn't understand StarCraft at all. All I knew how to do was like, guys, I lost, and I just like go to a little island, go to like a tiny corner because I just tell them, yeah, I'm just gonna like spectate your game, guys, and I go to a corner of the map when everything's like no one cares, no one's even thinking about me. I just start building carriers on the side, and that would just cheese people. But yeah, that's all I knew how to do. So I wasn't really like seriously thinking about going pro, at least when I was that young. But it was like always, I think a lot of kids my age, especially in Korea, always just like dreamed about being a pro, even if like it was like not a serious goal or not. I think like so many people just at least thought about it, and I was part of that. I was just like, oh my god, I love games. I just want to do this for a living, and it turns out it's a lot of work. But you know, it's still great that I'm able to be where I am. I'm very grateful. Um, Next question, the red helmet asks, how do you know where to position yourself to best help your team? Well, it's again, this is like a lot of trial and error, and this has a lot to do with experience. I didn't even like I wasn't able to really do this properly until like I would say stage end of six mid end of stage 2, because a lot of it's just like you need to know where your entire team is, especially backline, and you also need to know where their front line is playing and where their backline is. This is really confusing. You need to assess the situation by looking at what you can and just like make your best judgment. Okay, like their tanks are gone, and they've been gone for like 5 seconds. 100% they're setting up for a dive, right? But if I was able to meet them earlier, I could have denied that and just you know, throw a wrench in their plan. But you know, I realized too late, or I couldn't find their tanks or their flankers. So the dive is happening in like 3-4 seconds. I know it's happening. So what you do is like you just literally sit on top of the supports. I still sometimes forget to do this, but like when that's happening, when everything clicks, and you know, like you just kind of after a while, you just kind of feel that this feeling of I don't know how to say it. It's just like it just feels dangerous to be where I am right now, and then that's when you want to just like really hard peel for the supports. Whereas we're just like walking along when we're attacking, and your teammates like your team's just like pushing card for free, and it just feels wrong. But a lot of times when everyone's in sight, uh, they're just probably making a mistake, and they're just giving you space for free. Are realizing when they're giving you space because like they fail to hold up is really important, because a lot of tank play is just like gaining space and denying enemies from making their plan, I guess. So yeah, it's just super position dependent, and but mainly if you guys are just pushing car or whatever, and they always want to dive you, just be in areas, just expect where they might flank from, and then just meet them there. They're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this flank off. I like flank for like 5 seconds, you know. It was like it'll be a complete waste of time if I don't get anything done. And they walk around the corner, and then there's a Diva, and he's just like, oh my god, I gotta get out of here. But then like yeah, okay, even if they live, they can't do anything for like 5-10 seconds, so your team's just getting space for free. So uh, deny flankers. That's the biggest part, I think. And participate in dives when you can. But the thing is, like when let's say for example Tracer, Monkey, Genji, like those kind of divers, a lot of times unless you're set up way above them or flanking, you can't participate in the dive. So if your teammates are diving way too far, what you can do is just like, all right guys, have fun with that. I'm just gonna protect their backline because it's way too late. And so just knowing that you just need to be very sure of your decision and not second guess yourself, because let's say, oh yeah, I'm gonna dive, and you just go halfway, and it's like, okay, that's way too far. I should go back, and you look back, all your supports are dead. So just be very sure of your decision. And next question. Oni Eve is asking, how do you keep the team motivated when things aren't going right? And this is a question I ask myself a lot, because this, like, obviously competitive gaming is very stressful, and when things aren't going your way, it's just like people get down, and sometimes like no one knows what to say because it just seems like we're stuck. Like we've had this happen too, plenty of times. But what really breaks us out is that like somebody really has to step up and really just anything to really change our mindset. It's just like once everyone stops talking, everyone just thinks. Everyone just thinks, and then maybe some people are thinking about the game, but maybe some people are like thinking like, oh, why can't we do this? Like, what's wrong? I don't really have an answer. But and then just like 5-10 seconds waste by, and this like 5-10 seconds are precious in Overwatch. And even when this happens, sometimes I don't know what to say either. But so I think it's like really up to the entire team to really recognize what's going on, to just like slap everyone out of that tilt. And I wish I could be better at that. I think Goose really helps us with that too. Like this is something that's very underrated. I don't know how it is for other teams, but for our team, Goose is like this communication hub. Like a lot of plans just go through him. He's usually the one giving us like, the summary of what happened. It's just, and he's like the constant voice that we can always fall back on. And thanks to Goose, I think we really got out of that rut that we would have sometimes. Like, oh god, we just like screwed up on our push for 3 times in a row. They have like 6 ults, and we're like down everything. It just seems really grim. But sometimes like it doesn't. Not always Goose either. Like just somebody on the team will like says the right thing, not even the right thing, but just anything to like break us out of that mentality, and really helps the team. So it's not even just me. I'll try to help every now and then, but it's really up to the entire team, and I think our team does a good job of that. And Blade Swordsman asks, how hard is it to translate Korean to English mid-game so the whole team is on the same page? Well, 이게 동시에 번역한다는 게 확실히 힘들긴 한데 뭐라고 해야 되나, 이게 처음에 비해서 피셔랑 애셔도 진짜 영어 많이 배웠고, 이제 영어 조금 힘든 사람은 보이드밖에 없는데 보이드 이제 빨리 배우고 있고, 다음 시즌엔 진짜 재밌을 것 같아요. 이게 근데 막 게임 내에서는 근데 막 뭐 피셔가 뭐 말하고 싶은 거 있으면은 그냥 빨리, 그럴 때는 그냥 빨리 통역해 주는데 이게 막상 그렇게 많지가 않아요. So what I said was, it's actually not that hard to translate. A lot of times when I have to translate, it's like it's not mid-fight. Only time I call anything in Korean mid-fight is like when I directly need to talk to Fisher or Asher. So no one else will, like no one, like they know for a fact that I'm communicating with them, so like they don't get lost. And it's like Korean, like a random Korean comment out of all these like this sea of English words that like they usually like, pick it up really fast. So those times I use Korean, but a lot of times it's only when it's like after a fight happens, so we're just like talking about like a small game plan, or Fisher has a cool idea, so but we need to say it fast, so we just translate it. So but it's like not that hard, at least now, especially because like Fisher and Asher are so much better at English now. And No Whale 18 asks, hi Bishu, which player are you closest with or play with the most that isn't on your team? Thank God the question wasn't is on your team, because that would have been really awkward. But isn't on that's hard. That's hard. I love everyone equally, but I guess no. Actually, no. I have one. I would say Seagull. Actually, I haven't really talked to him that much before Overwatch League, but like very rarely. But every now and then during break, I would see Seagull during the Dallas fiasco, I guess, and we would like talk about like the Diva stuff, because he was just starting to learn Diva, and we would just talk. He would just like tell me like what kind of, like the things that are going on, and I really felt for him, and not just because of Seagull, but I'm really happy that Dallas is doing well these days, because it's like losing is never fun, and it's like as a player, I'm sure like every single player can understand that if you go on a losing streak, like it sucks, man. Like, and I think I'm just really happy that they really found their meta, and they've been playing a lot better at this stage. So I guess I would probably say Seagull. And Diva, hi Vishu, what is a skill you'd like to learn and why? I would probably want to learn other languages. Um, but I'm only saying that because I'm really bad at learning other languages. I learned French for 4.5 years when I was growing up in Canada. Do not remember a single thing. Learned Spanish for 4 years, nothing. Like so, I wish I was like I wish I was like better at learning languages, and I wish I could like speak more than at least two more languages in the future. And a few more questions. Fluffy OWS, when things get stressful, who on your team is most likely to start making jokes to lighten the mood? Um, again, similar question. I try to, if I notice it, like sometimes the air is like really, really down and serious, and I always like want to say something because it's like it's painful to see everyone like be down, and I just want to us to like just get on a new page, but it's really hard because sometimes like you don't. It feels like okay, what I might say might make it worse. Like I would like second guess myself, but I think I've been getting better at it. Um, I think some like hydration will tell like a random deadpan joke because of course hydration, and it kind of like lightens the mood a bit. But I think everyone does a pretty good job of picking each other up, especially Goose. Like I keep telling you, Goose is like what Goose does for our team is very underrated, and it's like not something what people can see. Like comms in this game is like almost everything. Sure, like Carpe shoots heads, yeah, but in the end, like we have like such good comms thanks to Goose and like keeping everything organized, and I think like people should really. It's impressive, like all knowing what to say all the time. Like, and he's gotten a lot better too since stage one, but it's really hard. It's like a really hard skill and extremely valuable. And yeah, I just think Goose is super underrated, and everyone should go follow him. And next question, the corn dog lover asks, how has your ability to translate for players like Fisher improved team chemistry? Um, okay, there's like a lot of questions about translating. I don't want to like take too much credit because I think the team provided the Korean players with English tutors, and it wasn't just me. The teammates, our teammates were like really trying to communicate to the Koreans with like by saying things slowly or asking again. So no one was like too frustrated. So I think it was like a really good team effort more than anything. But just saying, when I was living in a player house, it was like, oh man, I had to do a lot of work. So after scrims, after scrims, like playing for like 4 6 hours, and I'm tired. I've been translating all day. This is like stage one. And I'm getting back. I used to live in a triple, and I eventually lived with like Asher and Remix, and they like talking a lot, and so I'm just like trying to chill in my bed and just like, oh my god, what a hard day today. And Remix and Asher just barges into the room. It's like, hey, Vishu, translate! Vishu, translate! I was legit getting PTSD from it. But again, very happy how fast Fisher and Asher picked up English because it saved my life. And Kobayashi Senpai asks, if you could meet Jeff from the OW team, what would you tell him? I have one thing, Jeff. Give baby Diva something, just something. It's so boring. Just give her a jump or something, like one time, like extra higher jump, something. It's just, I don't know. I understand why, like we don't want to like obviously give baby Diva too much because it'll be like broken because you'd still have two lives. But just saying, I feel like it'll be more fun and diverse if she had something else. Just saying. And last question, Demarosi asks, who wins in a rap battle, Brigitte, Mercy, or Zenyatta? So the easy answer here is Brigitte, but who knows? I think Zen might be a rap god. So, thank you guys. My name is Bischu, flex tank for LA Gladiators, also known as a one-trick diva. Thank you guys for attending the All Access Pass, and make sure you guys follow me. Thank you guys.